Assalamu alaikum. Ahlan wa sahlan. I am Roshan Ahmad Haji, bringing you your Ramadan treats with Kids in the Kitchen. Today, I have my lovely niece Mishka with me. She is going to prepare an amazing Italian dish for you. And over to you, Mishka.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Roshan.
You're welcome.
My name is Mishka Hassan, and I am currently studying to be a dental assistant. But I'm actually very passionate about the kitchen, so I love my cooking and my baking as well.
Mashallah.
So today, I'm joining my auntie to make us a lovely Italian dish. It's Arabiata. I'm sure it's many people's favorite out there, but I know it's actually my dad's favorite as well, so I make this very often for him. So yeah, let's go through some of the ingredients that we need for the dish.
And trust me, viewers, I've tasted this. It is absolutely divine.
Thank you. Okay, so our most important ingredient obviously is our pasta. So you can use any pastas, linguine, your penne, but for me, I personally and my family as well, they prefer it more with the spaghetti. So today we're going to be using some spaghetti. It is already pre-boiled as well. Some of our next ingredients is, this is a canned product as well. It's a tomato and onion mix. You can get this from any local stores around you, and they are in different brands, so you can choose any brand you like.
Okay.
One of the other ingredients, we have some olive oil, some black olives. This is an optional ingredient. My dad actually loves it with the olives, so that's why I'm adding it in today. But I know not a lot of people love olives, so it's optional.
My favorite, Mishka.
And then some black pepper. As you can see, not a lot, just a little bit, just for a bit of seasoning. Because we're using so many spices, we don't want to overpower it as well. So just a little bit of black pepper.
So is this one freshly ground, or can we use any other one?
You can use whole black pepper as well, but I prefer the fine because there's so many other things going in as well. I don't like it to be too lumpy as well.
Okay.
So most of my ingredients are fine, so I've grinded them to be fine black pepper.
Okay.
And then I have some whole jeera and some whole red chilies.
So this one's just coarsely ground,
Yes, just coarsely ground red chilies, and then obviously some normal red chili powder, and some Parmesan. This is actually just for people if they enjoy Parmesan. I know Arabiata doesn't really taste the same without Parmesan.
Okay,
so this is actually not going in the pasta right now. It's just for on top if you like to add it.
Garnish with it.
To garnish, yes.
Okay.
And then you have some dried rosemary, about 2 teaspoons of salt, and some crushed garlic, and some crushed green chilies as well.
Okay. So Mishka, just for our viewers, just for you, I'd like to tell, just inform our viewers more or less quantity-wise, how should we be going? If you look at the pasta, did you boil the entire packet of this?
So I've actually boiled the whole entire packet of pasta because it actually flies in my house. So one packet is already enough.
Okay, viewers, take note of that. Okay.
And then this is about 2 cans of the tomato and onion mix. The olive oil is about 1/4 cup, or you can even put about 2 tablespoons.
So it varies
as much as you like.
Okay.
I know a lot of people don't like it too oily, so I also use a little less, but I use about 1/4 cup here.
Okay.
Just a few olives, as much as you'd like. I put very little because of all the other ingredients as well going in, and not a lot of people in my family like the olives.
I noticed that you've cut the olives as well,
Yes,
Mishka.
I have sliced it in half because we don't want it to be too big and too chunky in our pasta as well.
Okay.
So you can chop it in half as well. Your Parmesan, obviously it's grated or blended as well if you like. You can buy it as well, ready made like this as well. It's entirely up to you. And then obviously my chilies, we're just going to use about a teaspoon of chilies inside the sauce. and about a teaspoon of crushed garlic as well. Your salt, we're using about a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. It depends. You can taste the saltiness. I have a very heavy hand, so I always
We all do, Mishka. We all do.
salt. I always.
Okay.
And then your rosemary, also just about a half a teaspoon or about a teaspoon, also to taste. You can taste it and see how much of it is you like. Your jeera as well, whole jeera, also only about a teaspoon.
Okay. And Mishka, just for our viewers, once again, you didn't put too much of salt because you've already added some
Salt,
in your pasta
yes.
while boiling.
When
eh?
I boil my pasta, I actually like to put in my pot. I put my water with my salt, and then I like to add like a teaspoon of olive oil or normal oil as well if you want, just so that it doesn't stick together. Yeah. And then once it's boiled, you just drain it out and it's ready.
Thank you, Mishka. You may go ahead, viewers. Mishka's in action.
I'm gonna take you through the sauce that I'm gonna be making. So firstly, we're gonna switch on the stove.
So I'm going to lock it for you.
Just a small saucepan.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Just put
add.
it there we go.
Go.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
So once we got our stove on, we are going to add our olive oil first.
Alright.
So we're gonna add all the olive oil in,
Okay.
and then we're gonna add some of our whole jeera.
So when we're adding the jeera, Mishka, should we wait for some kind of fragrance to come out, or?
Yes, so we're just gonna leave this to simmer for about a minute or so. Just mix
Okay.
it just so that it's just a bit boiled and just
It just gets that flavor.
yes, just a bit of the flavor.
Okay.
Once that just boils for just a minute or so, we're gonna add in our tomato and onion mix.
Okay, so we took it in from the side then, Mishka, so our viewers get a good view. Bismillah.
Here we go. Get all that in.
So that's 2 cans.
That's our 2 cans of our tomato and onion mix.
Right.
And then we're just gonna let this simmer for another 2 minutes
Okay.
while we mix it. Just to make sure that it's blended in with the jeera and the oil, and just to make sure that it's not sticking to the pot as well. So
Okay.
just make sure you mix it a bit. And there's not much of cooking involved in this. It's just basically adding your ingredients in and just letting it simmer together so that all the flavors blend in nicely. So it's not a long cooking process. It should take you about 5 minutes.
Wow, Mishka. So viewers, more time for our ibadat as well, hey? Mishka's preparing a meal that is super quick, Mishka.
Yes. That's why I
Mashallah.
don't mind making this for my dad. If he could have this every day, I think he would. And I really don't mind because it's so fast and easy. Who would mind?
Who wouldn't want to? Viewers, Mishka is so right. Who
Okay, then
wouldn't?
we're just gonna go in with some garlic and our green chili. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
use a teaspoon over here.
Yeah.
We're gonna put all this garlic in.
Garlic always adds so much more flavor. So Mishka, that's and not too much of the chili
Not too much
also.
of the chilies,
Okay.
right? So I only put about a teaspoon because there is some other chilies going in as well. The red chilies
The red
and
chili.
the masala. So we don't want to, otherwise you're going to be sweating while you're eating.
I don't think they need that, Mishka. You know, after a whole day of fasting,
Yes.
I don't think our
It needs
viewers
to
will
be a
need
bit
that.
cool on
Eh?
the stomach as well.
Definitely.
But my dad actually loves his chilies, so
I know your dad, he loves it really hot, Mishka.
then we're gonna add some of our black pepper, just a bit of the black pepper in there. That's why we
Right.
use so little. And
Okay.
we're gonna put in our
Coarse
chilies
chili.
as well.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
And then
Good.
we're gonna add in just about a teaspoon of the chilies, of the red chilies.
Just 1 teaspoon,
Just
Mishka.
1 teaspoon for
Because
now.
sometimes when we, when we buy chilies, sometimes it is hot and sometimes it isn't that hot, eh?
And I
So-
actually like my food to be nice and red as well.
Okay.
So I use it more for the color as well.
Ah, you
That's
like
why
your
I
auntie.
have.
You look over
That's
color.
why I have all my other spices to give it more flavor, and then the red chilies is basically just to give it some more color.
Okay.
So as you can see, it's getting nice and red, but it's more orangish now. So I'm just gonna add a
A
little
little more of that, eh?
just a little
Okay, a
bit,
little more
half a
chili.
teaspoon. And again, because we don't want it to be that strong.
Okay.
And And then we're gonna add in our rosemary.
I love the smell of that,
I love it, and you can actually taste it in this dish. It's divine.
Really?
The rosemary is actually what brings out most of the flavor of the sauce. So without rosemary, I don't think it would
I don't
be
think
the
that.
same.
I don't think this dish
so.
will be possible without rosemary.
rosemary.
That's a hint. Please take it.
And basically, that's done. We're just gonna add our last ingredient, which is our olives. Like I said, I'm not putting a lot because it's basically only for my dad who likes it.
Okay,
So we're just gonna have, so you have enough of the sauce as well for people who don't want the olives. And yeah,
Can we reduce the heat?
You can. It's actually done, so we're just gonna let it simmer for like a minute or two. And our sauce is basically done.
Wow.
I would like to add as well, so if you look at my tomato and onion mix, it is quite chunky. When you buy it in the cans, it comes already chunky. And I know some people don't like onions and tomatoes, and this dish is full of onions and tomatoes. So to hide that from my cousin, especially when she comes over, I know she hates onions and tomatoes. So to hide that from her, I actually blend it sometimes.
Wow.
So that you don't actually see the chunks. It's actually a smooth sauce. So yeah, today I actually left it chunky because my cousin's not here and my dad is gonna love it chunky like this. But yes, that's another tip for you. If you want to, you can always blend your thing before you put it in your sauce. And basically that's it. Your sauce is done.
Well done, Mishka. Well done, viewers. I think you are going to enjoy this Arabiati. Wow, Mishka. Your Arabiata smells divine, looks divine. And now I'd like you to tell us and our viewers what suggestions you have for plating.
Okay, so as you can see, we have already plated our dish and we've used a deep bowl. Basically, you want your bowl to be a bit hollow so that all your pasta can fit in and it can mix very well with your sauces, because we like Arabiata to be nice and saucy.
Okay.
So a deep bowl preferably so that all your juices can sink right into the bowl and all your pasta gets nicely mixed inside.
Wow.
Okay, so our final ingredient that we haven't used yet is our Parmesan cheese. We're just going to sprinkle a bit over on our sauce.
Okay.
It also depends how much you want to put.
Okay.
But I think that's a bit enough for me.
Some people don't really like Parmesan cheese. So like Mishka said, it's optional.
It's optional.
So
So just your Parmesan cheese and just to garnish a bit with our dhania or coriander. That also is optional, just to give it a bit of color.
Wow, Mishka.
And then you have some extra green chili in some olive oil. This is just also optional. If you want it a bit extra spicy, you can always add more, but I'm not going to add more right now because I think the spice is enough for me right now. But yes, you can add more if you'd like.
Hi viewers, I hope you're going to try this recipe of Mishka's. It looks divine, smells divine. So inshallah, Mishka, we want to say thank you to you for sharing this wonderful recipe. And we would like to know, do you want to send a message maybe to your dad or mum or family members?
Yes, so thank you for having me in this kitchen, and it was a pleasure sharing my recipe with you. I'd like to just say Ramadan Mubarak and Eid Mubarak as well to everyone out there, and to my parents, my family, my aunties, my uncles, everybody that I know, and to all the people that are suffering throughout this Ramadan and are not able to have good Eid as well. I hope Allah
makes it easy for
you
them.
guys, inshallah.
Definitely,
And
Mishka.
I hope you all will get to try this lovely recipe and enjoy it as much as me and my family do.
I'm sure you definitely will. Jazakallah, viewers. See you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.